The Department of Mineral Resources and Energy begins consultations on preparations for a proposed nuclear power plant building program. Government intends to supplement the power capacity because of challenges at Eskom's fleet of coal-fired power plants. Now, this move has received backlash from environmental activists. For reaction, I'm joined now by Energy Analyst Yelland. A very good morning to you. Are you surprised that they're taking this route?
Well, it is the Plan B in the Integrated Resource Plan for Electricity. You may remember that there is 2,500 megawatts allocated for imported hydroelectric power from the Grand Inga power plant planned in the DRC. And it looks very unlikely that that is going to happen before 2030, which is where it's been scheduled in the IRP. So now they're moving to Plan B, which is the nuclear new build to replace that. Trouble is, the nuclear new build is very, very, very unlikely to come on stream before 2030 either. So yes, it is surprising. There are cheaper, more cost-effective, more flexible options that can be built quicker, that also reduce the CO2 emissions, that have low water use and high job creation. So yes, it is surprising, but we know that I think the minister is under a lot of pressure from the nuclear lobby, a really lot of pressure to put nuclear in South Africa. And he's kind of telling the nuclear lobby, listen, put your plan on the table. Let us see the color of your money. Let us see the price and the tariff for electricity under a build, own, operate, transfer model, which means that the government doesn't have to put up any money itself. But the
yes, sorry, I was going to ask you about that. I mean, the estimates that it's going to cost something like 230 billion. As you say, it's not going to be any quicker than the one in DRC. It is the most expensive. It seems extraordinary that this has even been looked at when there are so much better options out there.
I would agree. I would agree. There are other options. And really the least cost option, as well as the least CO2 emitting option, the least water use option, and the most job creating option is a blend of wind and solar PV and battery energy storage and gas to power. This combination can deliver reliable quasi-base load, load following generation capacity at much lower cost. But the nuclear lobby is pushing really hard. And I think the minister is sort of bound to say to them, okay, put your proposals on the table. Let's see the color of your money. Let's see what you are suggesting. And what they are suggesting, apparently, is that the nuclear vendor country, whether it's Russia or China or whoever, will build, own, operate, and then finally, after 20 years or so, transfer this plant to the South African government at no cost. Of course, somebody does have to pay. And that somebody is the electricity customer through the tariff that gets negotiated along with this deal, which is the price for electricity that Eskom will pay for this electricity over the lifetime of the plant in order to recover the full operating, maintenance, capital and fuel costs of this plant.
All right, so we bear the brunt of it again. If this goes ahead, I mean, they might have to go to court to get their way. Do you think that's going to be a factor?
I do think it's going to be a factor. The very same old lawyers from the very same NGOs that successfully challenged the previous new build have already written to the minister telling him that if he proceeds with a request for information and a request for proposals without following due process, which means consultation, means a full agreement from the Treasury, and all the government processes in terms of procurement, unless they do this by the book, they will see the department in court. That is what the lawyers have said.
Oh, and we've lost you there, Yelland. Thank you.